Alright guys, what's up? Today's topic, are Japanese girls easy? The short answer is no, but I'm going to talk a little about where that stereotype comes from, where that misconception comes from. And the misconception is that Japanese girls are easy for foreign guys, and particularly for white foreign guys, Caucasian foreign guys. And I'm here to debunk that myth. I'm going to just talk about it and explain why I think that myth came about. Because there is a sliver of truth to it, but overall it's incorrect. So I'll start by saying that, where I think the stereotype comes from. So Japan is a very homogenous society. It is 98.5% ethnic Japanese, and there's 1.5% foreign nationals living here. They were the demographics the last time I checked it. So there's very few foreign people here, and obviously overwhelmingly Japanese. So the idea is that the misconception is that foreign guys, particularly white guys, can come over to Japan and clean up and just be very popular with women and, have any woman they want. This is bullshit. This is not reality. This is very far from the truth. I'll tell you a little bit about where I think that idea came from. So what happens is obviously a lot of, not a lot, but foreign people come here. And foreign people come here for a variety of reasons. To be honest, mainly to teach English. They're not coming here to teach English, but a lot of people use that as a way to enter the country and live in the country. So, to be quite honest, the cold hard truth is a lot of guys that come to Japan are interested in anime. They're kind of more dorky types, a little bit geeky, So they come over to Japan, and Western guys, mainly Western guys, and they can basically do better here than they can in their home countries. However, that does not mean that they can live any kind of player lifestyle, and that does not mean that they get access to the hottest girls in Japan. Far, far from it. What I mean by that is they can possibly get with a slightly better looking girl in Japan than they can do in their home country, mainly because very, very few Japanese girls are obese. So at least they're going to get a girl that's in decent enough shape and slim and feminine and cute. However, that does not mean that they get access to the top percent, the hottest girls here, of which there are an abundance. There are an absolute abundance of hot girls in Japan, and these guys, the vast majority of the foreigners, get zero access to them. The hottest girls in Japan are kept mainly for Japanese guys, exclusively for Japanese guys. In fact, you very rarely see a hot girl in Japan with a foreign guy. And that's the cold, hard truth of it. And a lot of people will probably get pissed off at this, but that is just the way it is. A lot of the girls that like foreign guys are deemed very average or even ugly by Japanese men. I'm not saying this. This is what Japanese guys say. And this is, so don't shoot the messenger. This is just what Japanese guys say. And I will say that the girls that tend to go to for foreigners tend to look a little more Western. I'm just going to say that. They do tend to look a little bit more Western. Not as feminine, not as slim. That you can make of that what you will. But this is just the way it is. So on top of that, the girls that go to foreigners are a very small percentage of the overall population. Very small percentage. Most Japanese girls, as I said before, go for Japanese guys, and they want to go for Japanese guys. It's not some kind of, oh, they don't get access to foreigners. No, they don't like a Western looking guy. It's not what they're into. The other thing is, if you ever do see a very beautiful Asian girl with a foreign guy, 9 out of 10 times that girl is either not Japanese or of mixed race. She's either half Japanese, not fully Japanese. That's the cold hard truth of it. I've been in Japan 7 years. I've been in the game. I know the game. I know tons of foreign guys. I know what's up. If you see a very beautiful girl with a foreign guy, they're either foreign or they're of mixed race. It's extremely rare that they're actually fully Japanese. So yeah, I mean, this is just the way it is in Japan, and I'm just trying to debunk the myth that it's super easy if you're a foreign guy, particularly a white guy in Japan, because it's one of the most annoying stereotypes for me, particularly because I'm a white guy living in Japan. I think it's similar to the whole white privilege thing. You have the white privilege. It's annoying as hell. But this is even, I would say this is even more annoying because I get it. This just gets regurgitated again and again and again. I am constantly told by, I would say almost every time I would go to a bar or a nightclub, some Japanese guy, if a Japanese guy comes up and talks to me, he's going to say, oh, it's so easy for you to get Japanese girls. You can have any girl you want. And it's like, oh, shut the fuck up, dude. Just shut the fuck up. Seriously, I'm so tired of hearing it. I wish it was like that. It would be awesome. You wouldn't have to learn game. It would be sweet. But unfortunately, you do have to learn game. And even with game, it's still very hard to get access to the hottest girls in Japan, of which there are an absolute abundance. This is how I know this is like the whole myth about it being easy for foreigners, white guys, to get with any Japanese girl. The reason I know it's a myth is because there are so many hot girls, particularly in Tokyo, and like I said, you very rarely see them with a foreign guy. So, I mean, if it's so easy, it's like, I mean, how come I never see it? I mean, just last week, as usual, I was out in a bar, and as usual, Japanese guy came up talking to me. I'm like, I'm waiting for him to say it. I know he's going to say it, and he's like, oh, you're so cool. I mean, you can have any girl you want. I don't even see it as a compliment anymore. I see it as passive aggression. It annoys me, to be honest. However, I rebutted it by simply saying, is that so? Is that true? Have you ever seen a really beautiful girl with a foreign guy, or do you often see the most beautiful girls in Japan? If I, as a foreign guy, or other foreign guys, can get girls so easy, have you ever seen the beautiful girls with foreign guys? And he thought for a second. He was like, actually, I don't actually see that. And it's like, then why are you coming up to me telling me I can have any girl I want? It just doesn't make sense. And, it's just, that's the truth of it. It's not easy, and it's far from easy, and it's a disadvantage. So here's the thing. If you want to come to Japan, and you're expecting that it's just going to be super easy mode, you're sorely mistaken. It's not the way it is at all. If you're a fat dork, you might be able to punch up. You might be able to come here and do better, but like I said, that doesn't mean you're going to be able to kill it and live the player lifestyle. You might be able to get a girlfriend and chill with her, but you're not going to get access to the top tier chicks being a foreign guy here, unless you have savage game and you're just relentless. So the thing is, if you come to Japan as a high value guy, you are, and let's say you're a Western high value guy, and you get really hot girls. You have access to the hottest girls in your home country. You come to Japan, you're going to be at a disadvantage. Even though you're high value, even though you're good looking, tall, whatever. Sure, you're going to be able to get girls. You're going to be able to get girls. I'm not saying you're not going to be able to get girls. However, you are still going to be at a disadvantage compared to Japanese guys. And that's what's annoying about the whole stereotype is like, no, I'm not able to get any girl I want. I'm actually at a disadvantage compared to Japanese guys. And that's what people like just can't get their heads around. But it's obvious. Like if you've lived in Japan for any period of time, you're going to see that. Um, you know, it's just very obvious that, foreign guys don't actually get access to the hottest girls in Japan. Um, and that's just the way it is. So if you come to Japan as a high value guy, you're gonna be at a disadvantage, and that's just the way it is. The hottest Japanese girls are reserved for the Japanese guys, and I don't think that's gonna change anytime soon. One other thing is that the small percentage of girls that are actually interested in foreign guys and foreign culture, these are called in Japan, these are called Gaijin hunters. And I guess this would be considered a derogatory term for these kinds of girls. I don't think girls like being called Gaijin hunters. Gaijin means foreigner, hunter. So yeah, they don't like being called that, but that's what they're called. That's what Japanese guys would call them. Yeah, so that's just a thing to note. And here's another cold hard truth. Usually girls that like foreign guys, from my experience and from what I've heard from other guys, usually these kind of girls have been kind of rejected by Japanese guys or have had some bad experiences with Japanese guys, so they turn to foreign guys. And obviously girls aren't so-called Gaijin hunters aren't going to like to admit to this, but this is like I would see a lot of truth in that. Girls that end up with foreign guys tend to be with foreign guys either because they're not the best looking, or because they've had some very bad experiences with Japanese guys, or they've had some trauma or something. And that's just what I have come to realize from my experience and from talking to other guys, and from just from even just being in the dating market here. So yeah, that's just what's going on. What it is like dating as a foreign guy in Japan. It's not all sunshine and roses. And I'm certainly not complaining about it either, but I guess I'm complaining about the fact that about the stereotype of that it's like somehow on easy mode because I'm a white guy in Japan. Far from it. It's literally the opposite. It's not easy mode. It's like you're at a disadvantage compared to Japanese guys. And I can only speak from being a white guy. I can't speak for any other ethnicities in in Japan. They're gonna have to talk about that themselves. But yeah, so there you have it. I hope that clears it up. But at the same time, if you're living in Japan and you have like really good game and you can speak Japanese, you can get some very good looking girls. You can definitely do well, but you definitely need good game, and you need to be able to speak Japanese in order to get access to those hot girls. And it's certainly not easy, and your game needs to be tight. So yeah, I mean, if you're living in Japan and you want to learn more about it, you want to like get a consultation on game here in more depth, hit me up, check out the link in the description, and book in a consultation, and I will tell you exactly what you need to do in order to kill the game in Japan. Because there's definitely some cultural differences here that you need to be aware of. But as usual, like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out, brothers. Bye bye.